Just Incredible, bringing you a Mega Man X2 stage tutorial on Bubble Crab for the Stag Third route. I'm only going to do the Stag Third changes that are different from the Ostrich Third route for this tutorial. So it would be best to watch the Ostrich Third tutorial that I have of Bubble Crab and then watch this video, because I won't be covering every aspect of the stage. I'll just be covering the Stag Third differences. So, with having the speed burner for Bubble Crab, it makes for a much faster track through the stage, but this is one of those stages that is very heavy execution based. So, starting out, just like normal, you're going to dash through this opening part, take out a couple of fish, and then go to the Sonic Slicer for the submarine, like normal. Now, once the submarine is taken out, this is where the first few changes begin for the Stag Third version of the stage. So once the submarine is destroyed, immediately you want to recharge your speed burner, or you want to recharge your weapon and switch to speed burner. And this is where the execution really comes into play, because you're holding a couple of buttons at once, and then you have to press a third to do the jumps that are required here. So while holding your charge for the burner and the dash button, and yeah, this is really hard. This is usually the reason why this route is really hard, is this stage right here. So you want to jump. There are two places you can do this from. You can jump from either the flat part of the stage, or not the stage, but this hill here, or do a slope jump where this blue arrow is, and it's really hard to tell on the graphic. I'm going to try to zoom it in here a little bit. That's a little too far. or do a slope jump from this point where this blue arrow is showing, and look at these notches on this hill, because this is the visual cue for your slope jump. The reason you do the slope jump is because you get higher, you get more height from a slope jump than you do a regular jump, but also you don't have to go as far out to do the jump. So it's frame saver if you can execute this properly. But a much easier version, which is a version or a jump that I do, is from here right on the flat part of the hill. It's very easier, and it's not necessarily a slope. It's not a slope jump. It's just a flat jump to this spot up here. So basically what you want to do, you have to use a 7 pixel rule here for this jump, because what makes this jump really hard is that if you try to grab the top part, any part higher than what X's fist is shown here, you end up bonking off of the top of this, and you end up falling back down. You have to reattempt it. You want to get just far out from this wall, where when you do a wall kick, you actually get out from beyond this part, and you can actually climb up it. And this is faster than using the double neons, which is really why this is harder to do, because yes, you're saving. You're not doing a frame perfect trick or a double frame perfect trick to get to the heart, but rather you're taking out neons, but you're adding a very tough button combination to get up this hill. So you count 3 little notches from the bottom, or from the top of the hill, and that's where you do the slope jump if you want to do the faster method. Now, most people that start running this route will probably do the safer jump from the hill. So once you get the 7 pixel wall kick, you're going to do another wall kick up here, and then you're going to do a wall jump out to the right, and then once you reach close to the surface of the water, your burner should be ready to go, and you want to release it, and the momentum will carry you into the lift. That will be underwater, and then as it rises, as you climb it, you'll end up right here, and you'll climb up to the heart tank. This is about a second faster than doing the double neons. And you always have the double neon as a backup if you want, or if you're not comfortable with it. You still have the double neon as an option because you have your air dash boots and your double charge upgrade. So once you finish this burner, you're going to recharge the burner a second time because you're going to use it after getting the heart tank, and you're going to use it as soon as you get the heart tank. Your burner should be ready to go. So what you do, you just release it right off the edge, and you're going to drop, and you're actually going to have burner speed as you come off this ledge, which is faster than dash speed, which makes this stage a little bit faster in the Stag third route than it does the Ostrich third route. And you want to wait to move until all the bubbles are off screen, because if you move horizontally while you have bubbles, it causes more lag. So it's a lag reduction strat to wait until you're down far enough into the water. And then you're going to swap to Magnet Mine as you descend. But for right now, we're going to focus on the jump, because that's really the hardest part of this. So I'm not going to charge burner yet. We're going to look at the slope jumps. Here's the easier jump, and you want to hold dash. As you see, I'm dashing. Once the dash is over, keep dash held. And then from this point, from this jump, you're going to jump straight up. Now you have to kind of guess where you can kick from, because it's really hard to tell as the screen moves. So it's all about feel here. See, that was a good one. And remember, you're keeping dash held the entire time. Now, what X2 and X3 has a mechanic in this game that X1 doesn't have. As long as you have your dash button held, anytime you kick off of a wall, you will kick off the wall with dash jump momentum. In X1, you have to hit dash and jump at the same time to get that effect. But as long as you hold dash, when you do wall kicks, you always do a wall kick at dash jump momentum. So that's the easier one. You can be about this far. You can actually be down on the slope just a little bit and still get it. But if you're down too low, you see I bonked right off the bottom of the ceiling there. So if you're too low, you won't get it. So you have to be right at the corner, basically, to get it. And you have to move over to the left just a tad to get in the 7-pixel window to get that wall kick. Now, the harder one, the little bit faster one, you want to slope jump where I've got X position here. His back foot is touching this third notch that I showed in the visual aid. You want to slope jump from that point and then come back to the right immediately. Now, I didn't get a slope jump there, so you need to make sure you get the slope jump. It could be the second notch. I think some people use the second notch as a cue, but that might be too high. Yeah, I think that might be a little too high. So you want to go right around the third notch here to jump. Let's see. But now you have to do this while holding charge, and this is a little harder. So here's the easier version while holding dash. Let me make sure I got dash held here. See, I didn't get it. That time I got it. So this is what makes the Stag third route a little harder, because the crab stage is really heavy on the execution. Like that. Now to do the harder one, now I've still got dash held. And there's that one. So as soon as you get the jump, the slope jump, you have to turn back immediately. It's a little bit reminiscent of the Chill Penguin slope jumps in X1. You turn around immediately. Now, if you're too high, you actually bonk off of this. So you have to get just the right height. So if you're too high on the slope, you won't get this jump, because you'll bonk off the ceiling part of the, right here. See, that's a ceiling. There's two actual blocks of ceiling there. So a safer jump is just doing this. And then Well, I shouldn't have burnered there. So I'm going to reset so I can get my burner energy back because I don't have a way to regain it. And we'll try to do that, whoops, in one fell swoop. But that's the first hard jump. The second one is worse. So let me get back into the stage. So as soon as we destroy the submarine, while holding charge and the dash button, I use a method that I use in X3. I reach while holding left or holding right with my thumb on my left hand. I use my first finger over to the R button and hit it 3 times to get the burner. So I'm using a lot of fingers here to get to all the buttons. Now be careful, you can slide off of that if you're not careful. So I already have my burner charged and I've already picked up the heart tank. So as soon as you turn back left, you're going to let the burner go and go right off the ledge and you're going to fall. Just fall straight down. And you're going to wait until all the bubbles have gone before you start moving. That's a lag reduction. And then you want to swap to magnet mine. So release, recharge, swap to magnet mine. Now I hit the wall there by accident, but we're going to go to the next slide for the next section. So you want to have burner speed. Well, I lost burner speed when I touched the wall. That's a very important thing I'll cover here in just a moment. So as you let X pass through the gate where the submarine should go through, but once you destroy it, it opens up automatically. So once you pass the open gate, you're going to let X come down about 2 character lengths here of his body before you start holding right. And you should be coming at burner speed here, which is the fastest speed in the game that you can go. Which is why we use burner all the time, because it's the fastest mode of transportation. So as we come down, you should have the charge magnet mine. And just before you run into the jellyfish here, you're going to let the charge magnet mine go, and you want to hold down as you do this. That way the mine clears the jellyfish and the mine goes off screen as soon as possible, because you're going to go right back to charge rushing burner, and you're going to have it ready after getting this sub tank. And we'll get to the annoying slope jump in just a second. I'm going to go back and regain my burner speed that I lost. So I am moving at burner speed here. So just to recap, let X pass about 2 character lengths before moving. Hold right, and then as soon as I see the jellyfish, release the mine, repress charge, and hold down to let the mine go off screen. Because you can control this magnet mine's path of direction. And I'll stop here at the bottom, and we'll cover the slope jump after that. So 2 character lengths. Now that was a little low, but I still cleared out the jellyfish. Now, here is the hardest jump I think that there is. This is so hard. And it's really precise. So once you get to the slope as shown, you're going to have to repeat the holding charge and the dash button, just like the jump from before. And you want to slope jump from the highest possible point on this slope, because the height that you get is barely enough to get you up to this wall. And then you're going to jump again. And then once you get to the surface, you can surface jump off the water enough times to get out from beyond this ledge and then come back for the sub tank. And you need to have your burner charge ready to go. So for the moment, let's just worry about the slope jump. And this jellyfish is in the way, so I'm just going to kill him for a minute. So you need to hold dash. See how I'm constantly hitting jump to come across the water like that? It's very important that you don't fall too far down. Basically, if X is head, a good visual cue to know that if you're out of the range to get the surface jump. Now right there, I didn't even get it at all, because I think I pressed late. If X's chin goes into the water, you're too low. Or, see right there, I lost my ability to surface jump. Now right there, I didn't get it for some reason. I'm missing that for some reason. I think I'm pressing late. That's how I miss a lot of these jumps, because I'm pressing the button early or late. So it's very important to learn how to surface jump like this before you try this route, because this, or you can obviously do the neons, whichever way works, but you won't have the charge burner if you do the double neon. I mean, the neons are always a safer route if you're not comfortable with this jump, but it's just a little slower. So you want to jump off the very top of this, and make sure you get a slope jump, because as you see, X is barely grabbing the bottom of that wall. If you slope jump from down here, you won't even make it. See, he doesn't even make it from the bottom. So you have to be right at the apex of this corner, or right at the corner. Boom. Now, we have to add the burner into this. Let me get rid of these guys. Now, we're going to try it like this. Hold the dash button. Boom. This is a hard jump. Don't be surprised if you don't get it immediately. It takes a lot of practice to get the timing down. So, after that, once you get the sub-tank, you want to dash off the ledge and do one surface jump, which is very easy because you have plenty of room here. And then you're going to release the charge burner. And once the burner expires, you're going to be right here along this diagonal of ceiling blocks. And you're going to travel parallel to that path. And it's going to carry you right into this little ledge down here. So after the burner expires, you want to cancel your burner. And you have two options. You can either charge buster shot or just lemon. Just depends on how good your timing is on this shot. Once you take out the jellyfish, you're just going to go charge up strike chain just like you normally would and finish out the stage. So this is very, very simple. So just dash off, surface jump, release burner, and buster, and chain. And then you just finish the stage as normal. But I'll just finish the stage out just for prosperity. Full jump, dash jump, full jump, dash jump, dash jump, dash jump. Now, to get to wheel, I hit R twice from buster. Just like in the other route, you just keep wheels on top of crab. Now, this time you have more health to work with, so the fight isn't as stressful. If you take damage, it delays crab's jump. And I'm actually going to die just to show that a little bit more. When he does his little move there to try to jump up, if you touch him, he actually delays the move just enough. So if you have a wheel on top of him, it actually keeps him from jumping out of the wheel sprite. And you can get more hits on him with that wheel. So it's a very key thing to note about this fight. If you can, when he does that move, you want to intentionally damage boost to keep him grounded. See, that time he stayed grounded a little bit. Now that time he stayed grounded. So once again, I'm going to die because I have one more life. Yes. As you see, I have more health to take damage with because he deals a lot of damage on his own. But since you have twice as much health as you did in the ostrich third route, you shouldn't be in any danger of dying. So one more, and that will conclude this Stag Third Crab. What I'm doing there, I'm releasing the wheel at a particular spot above Crab, so he takes damage from the spoke of the wheel, and when he jumps, the core of the wheel is actually still on the hitbox of the core of the wheel is actually still there, so he takes another 4 damage. So basically, what you're doing, and then when he tries to jump into you because you're above him, you just shoot a wheel above him, and he jumps into it. But you just keep wheels on him, and he's done.